Salute, good family. I was muted the entire time. I was muted the entire time. Infinite blessings to the good family. Infinite blessings. Can you guys hear me okay? Check, check. Are we in the building? Think we're good to go. Had to hit that unmute button, you guys. Apologies. Apologies. I was just extending some blessings to the good family. I hope that everything is well with you. I hope everything is well with the wonderful family. Infinite peace, infinite blessings to the good family. Um, right? I hope that everything's been well with you since we last convened, right? I took a week off last week. Hopefully, everybody had a nice Mother's Day, right? With your loved ones, with the special queens in your lives, right? Sisters, mothers, aunties, wives, whatever have you. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed. Um, let's see what I wanted to discuss today, you guys. And in all actuality, I can't say that, there's like a ton of things that I have been peeping ever since we last spoke, because really not much has been going on. You know what I'm saying? I want to say the last, week and a half or two. But of course, the most notable thing, which we will definitely divulge today, um, is the fights that took place, the premiere fight that took place last evening, which I definitely intend on getting into, right? But other than that, the surrounding atmosphere of boxing has been relatively low, relatively still. And so I guess I've just been, peeping the scene, if you will, trying to see, engage what it is that we can look forward to as we move into the official completion of the first half of the year, right? So interesting to see what's on the horizon. But let me check in with the good family who came in so far. Hopefully, you guys had a good weekend. Let's see who we got in the building. Oh my goodness, my beautiful sis, Cammy Cam is in the building. Big hugs, big blessings to my beautiful sis, Cammy Cam. She says, beautiful sis, sending love and light your way. Infinite blessings to you. She got her nines on deck as usual. Salute to the king, Jut. 10 toes in the building. Big blessings to the king, Jut. He says, salute to the great warrior queen, the great warrior queen. Infinite blessings to you, king. Always lovely to see you. I hope that you've been well. Hope that all is well with you. We have John Martin in the building who says, good evening, Queen SugarFreeMars. Shout out and salute, beautiful queen. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, King. Lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. And we'll see. We'll see what our evening is looking like. I definitely wanted to tap in with the good family. Really, I guess um, to shine some light on some things that I peeped um, in viewing, just the aftermath of what it was that we saw of Keyshawn Davis. And I really did have some questions now, because I don't know necessarily what to think about Keyshawn. That's really kind of the boat that I am in right now. Um, I think that, um, you know, there are some viable questions that I have on the table as far as Keyshawn Davis, and I cannot say that I will have like a general consensus, quite possibly on my stance about this, but that's okay, right? Because you're going to always have varying perspectives. But I definitely did want to introduce, my thoughts on Keyshawn Davis, and I guess the most notable um, thing that came to the forefront of my mind is precisely the fact that I was underwhelmed, you guys. I'm not even going to cap. I'm not going to, I'm saying? I'm not going to beat around the bush about that. I was absolutely underwhelmed by the performance that I saw last evening, no cap, right? I'm definitely glad that he got the victory as I was expecting him to. Okay, wasn't expecting any other type of result. Even though I poked fun, I'm saying, that I was team R&B Albright, which I was, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I was definitely realistic. I knew that Keyshawn had a job to do, and I was totally expecting him, even though I was poking fun, right? Totally expecting him to get in there and dominate. I was surprised that he actually did not dominate the way I had anticipated, which we'll get into and tap into, the layers of that as we go on. But you guys, if I'm going to keep it a buck, um, I was underwhelmed. I was underwhelmed by a lot of things. And in the aftermath of the fight, you guys, just in viewing the whole context, right? So not even just the fight in and of itself, but just the surrounding elements of the fight, right? The build up, right? The fact that this fight was even materialized is quite problematic for me. All the names that this man had been glaze riding, you know what I'm saying? Clout chasing. Okay. It's just none of that makes sense. And these, I think I have, a lot more questions than really a discussion this evening, you guys. I just have a lot of questions concerning Keyshawn Davis. And I guess one of the premier ones is, the main one that I want to bring to you guys is, did he fumble? Can we consider this a fumble for Keyshawn Davis? Right now, I know a lot of people this is not going to sit easy with a lot of people, particularly the people who want to see no wrong with this young man, because they believe in a level of potential that I can definitely concur that he has to some degree, right? But I think we need to start understanding that we need to be doing a level of reconnaissance that requires us to go beyond what the perception is, right? We need to get beyond that, just the mere idea of potential, and actually start looking at what is being concretized. What's actually being concretized? What are the concrete facts that we can pull from regarding Keyshawn Davis? And how can we hold him accountable to those concrete things, those concrete facts, the concrete assessments that we can make? You guys understand where I'm going from with that? It's not an issue at all that we have high hopes for this man. You know what I mean? That we have all types of hopes, all types of wishes. We want to see him well. You know what I'm saying? We want to cheer him on. You know what I mean? We believe that he's among the cream of the crop, and he may very well be. You know what I'm saying? But as far as I'm concerned, that remains unseen for me, brothers and sisters. And one thing that I will not do is jump on the bandwagon simply because, this young brother has a level of popularity that he's garnered over the course of the past year and a half or so. And just blindly ride, the train of that. I think Keyshawn Davis for me is due for some accountability. And I think that's probably what I have been the most disheartened with and by concerning this young man, because I find that he has a lot of potential, and I agree with a lot of people who hold the same views. But this man is not being put in any position. He is not allowing himself to be placed in any position, whether by his own doing or by his surrounding team, to actually be able to exemplify. Here we go once again with this stifling, this stultifying energy, right? It's nothing but stultification, right? Impasses, blockades. Why can't we see the materialization of this man's prowess that we believe to be had and held by him? We can't just sit around dreaming and hoping, that this man will be the one to possibly hold legendary status at some point in the future without him having fought the best, without him having been put, under the harsh pressure of elite top level fights. Okay. I mean, he has been the standout in all of his fights. When is he going to get in there with somebody of nobility who is going to bring a level of pressure unprecedented in his career? He needs to be in the ring with that type of pressure. Only then will we be able to see of what this young man is made. Right? The dancing around this is diabolical to me, you guys. And I don't think that we could allow for this young man to be given any more leeway to, be getting away with that. Not to him or his team. No leeway should be given. We got to put that pressure, you know what I'm saying, on Top Rank. We got to put that pressure definitely on Jay Prince. We got to put that pressure, just like we do got to put that pressure on Keyshawn too. all the surrounding elements need to be pressurized, need to be stipulated, by the diehards that are saying, yo, okay, this nigga cannot remain in the motherfucking proving grounds if I'm going to keep it a buck. How long is he going to remain in the proving ground? And last night, brothers and sisters, was nothing, but yet another chapter in his book of proving grounds. There was nothing elite, nothing needed, nothing necessary, whatever about the bout that we saw last evening, brothers and sisters. We got to keep it a buck about that. You understand? Let me salute some brothers and sisters I just saw walk in. Let me see. Salute to the king, my brother Stephen X in the building. Blessings to you. He says, peace and blessings, queen. Looking forward to your cook as usual. Time to make things go right. Ain't it? Ain't it, King Stephen? Lovely to see you, King. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you big. You already know what it is, King. And salute to the King Eric O in the building. Lovely to see you, King. You already know what it is. Always happy to see you. We have TZ Frank in the building who says, I was underwhelmed as well. Devin beats him easily, but Aram will block that fight. Excellent point. And I 1000% concur with you, TZ. Okay. Definitely some crazy stuff going on. And that's exactly why I posited the thought about him being in the proving grounds and some accountability needing to be had because, this level of fights that this man, has been in, you know what I'm saying? Jermaine Ortiz is the biggest name on his resume, and that's saying a lot. And then he even downgraded from that to fight R&B Albright, which is, we'll get into it. But yeah, you already know what it is, King. I totally agree. Salute to the King, G. McCall in the building. I see you, G. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you spending some time with us this good Sunday. Salute to the King, Dragon in the building. He says, salute, sis. Keyshawn is among the underachievers right now. 1000%. I actually couldn't have said it better. I actually could not have expressed that better. I will try to a little bit later because you're right on point with the center of my sentiments right now is exactly that. This feeling of underachieving, underwhelming performance, and just, lack of concretization of meaningful, significant, and substantial fights that he is deliberately keeping himself away from, and that his team are also conspiring, to ensure that he circumnavigates at all costs. It's crazy to me. Salute to the King, Slim Hussein in the building. Infinite blessings to the King, Slim. Lovely to see you. He says, SugarFreeMars in the chat. Blessings. Big blessings to the King, Slim. Lovely to see you as well. Appreciate you guys. You guys make me smile when I see you come in the building. John Martin says, in the words of Champside, he's a bum basher, right? Bum basher 3,000. 3,000 to infinity, right? Crazy, crazy work. Oh my goodness. Salute to the King. Freedom's March, aka my counterpart, Big Steppin' in the building. Salute to the King, Freedom. Lovely to see you. Lovely, lovely to see the King Freedom in the building. And the King, Snoopy, Mac, 10 Toes, Dream Team, DHP over everybody. You know what time it is, King. Infinite blessings to the King, Snoop. Lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. Yeah, you guys. So I just, I don't think that I could have been more underwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? By the fight weekend. It's just like, absolutely purposeless, you guys. Absolutely purposeless. It served nothing. It fed nothing. My boxing mind was not fed. It was not satiated in any way, whatever. In any way, whatever. I just got to be honest about that. You know what I mean? And in the aftermath, I'm looking at the stark possibility. And I'm gonna put this out here, y'all, because I'm always gonna be honest about what it is that I feel. Of course, things are subject to change and move because that's what life does, right? But in the aftermath of this fight, I'm looking at the possibility that Keyshawn ADD Davis, you know what I mean? In addition to being underwhelming last night, I was forced to look at the possibility that this motherfucker may not be of legendary material, brothers and sisters. And I know that that sounds harsh, right? Because generally speaking, you know what I'm saying, he gets on our nerves. You know what I mean? He does a whole lot of antics that are, you know, a lot of folly, a lot of inanity that he, you know, takes part in and stuff like that. But generally speaking, we like Keyshawn, and we kind of rate him really, really high, right? And so I know for that reason it'll sound weird, the fact that I am saying that he may not be of legendary material, but I need you to understand what I'm talking about when I say legendary material. In fact, I don't even think I have to break that down to my good family, because I got a conscious bunch of brothers and sisters up in here. Y'all know what I'm talking about when I say legendary material. Something is missing, brothers and sisters. And I wanted to put that at the forefront from the outset of our dialogue today, because I really want you to process this. I want you to process it and evaluate it for yourselves. And you make your own conclusion about what it is that you feel. And hopefully it's apart from any baseless or needless emotion that's tied to it. Just look, I mean, any partisan, I would say, right? Just try to look at it as clearly as possible, in other words, brothers and sisters. But I had to wrestle with that. And that's not difficult, because, I mean, that's not easy, because as I said, generally speaking, I like Keyshawn Davis just as much as, you know, the lot up in here, you know, can attest to what we believe him, you know, to possess or what have you, right? But at this point, that's my honest assessment and valuation. That is my valuation, brothers and sisters, is that this young brother, at least up until this point, has not shown in any way whatever to me that he is of legendary stock, right? That he can hold that crown moving forward. That's just my honest reflection on that. He is still relatively young, so that there is room for change. As I said, he's able to, if he's able to get his mind together, you know what I'm saying? But I just don't believe in. I don't know what is going on with his team. I don't like that dude, Jay Prince. I don't know what the hell is going on with his own intentions as far as Keyshawn himself goes. It's too much folly. It's a lot of inanity going on, and it has clouded. I think the antics and the charades have clouded, for me, any perspective gauge on the possibility of him holding significant stature within boxing. You understand? I need you guys to look beyond the fact that he is of a popular conversation right now. He's a part of the popular discourse right now because he is associated with Keyshawn, because he has the tie in with Bud Crawford, at least previously and stuff up until this, up until recently, what have you. And so, in addition to the talent that we feel that he has, but just think about Keyshawn in 5 to 10 years. Think about that, Keyshawn. Given all the antics that he's been a part of and how he has been going about things, how he has been moving, brothers and sisters, does not denote to me in any way whatever that this man will be of stature and legacy in 5 to 7 years, brothers and sisters. I just don't see it. I would like to. That's why I've been, keeping a foot in this young brother's ass, because I want him to shake out of it and get it together, so that he can stand, on that particular path of greatness and attainment of legacy at some particular point. But it seems that he is too inundated with whatever, crude, notions that he has, whatever, a desire for popularity or just visibility to a degree where it's solely focused on that and not balanced with, the need to really solidify himself as a champion, as becoming a champion, as becoming undisputed or whatever. What is this man's goals? The only goals that I have been made privy to of this young man, are the names that he wants to attach himself to for visibility and recognition at that particular given moment, not for the entirety of his career. He wants momentary relevancy I don't see longevity, a tied or that I can attribute to Keyshawn Davis. I see something very temporal. I see something very, it's like a fad, something of the now, temporary gains, temporary level of relevance. I don't see this man thinking or even talking long term. Do you? He doesn't even feel like a long-term fighter. And it's crazy because he's so young and he stands to have the boxing world in his hands. You know what I mean? I feel more severity and sagacity from the young lion Abdullah, the 21-year-old Abdullah. That's where I feel the heaviness from. That's where I get a level of sagacity and seriousness and a sober mentality, championship, warriorship mentality. I don't get it from Keyshawn Davis. I get games and keying and fun and games and aha and, do it for the grams. And it's diabolical to me, brothers and sisters. And I know that I'm not the only one that has been peeping game to that, right? But as I said, relatively speaking, he is kind of young. He's about the same age as the young King Dev. So that, of course, if he gets his mind together and he can get some significant fights, some substantial fights added to his resume, that will sober up. I think his aura will be sobered. He would have a more serious approach. He will have the public approach him and deal with him in a more serious way. And I think that's what he needs. He needs to put the charades down. He needs to put the nonsense down. But if I'm gonna keep it a buck, you guys, I don't see that happening anytime soon. He has become too consumed by, the craving for attention. And it's a craving for attention that is surrounded and based within antics and charades, not within making, the best, most notable fights possible for himself. And obviously his team is also, and likewise, not interested in doing that because they very much prefer, the momentary popularity that he is getting. They'd rather him continue on that path for whatever reason instead of saying, yo, this young man is the goods. We believe in him. You know what I'm saying? Let's get him in there, with the top of the top. You know what I mean? If he can call them out, he can get in there and fucking fight them, brothers and sisters. I don't want no more goddamn talking. I'm so sick of the damn talking from Keyshawn Davis, brothers and sisters. I want no part of it. I want no part of it. Okay? So at the risk of sounding like a pessimist, I will take that chance and say that I do not see legacy status, at least not from this juncture, for the young brother Keyshawn Davis. I don't see the attainment of that. Not that he cannot, but that because of his antics, because of the lack of seriousness that he seems to have, that is why, I don't see what, his future holds for him as far as being within the realm of legacy. I don't see it, apart from it being, a charade, something momentary, like a fad. I got to keep it an absolute buck about that. He's got to show me otherwise. Is he a good fighter? Yes. Does he have skills? Absolutely. Does he, use his antics, I guess, to drive and galvanize attention toward him successfully? Yes, he does. He's able to do that, right? That is not the issue. The issue is the lack thereof, of the substantive. What is substantive is lacking, right? He has to have something to augment everything else that he is doing. There must be equipoise, brothers and sisters. He cannot have one without the other. Equipoise is needed. Balance. So if you're going to do your antics, if you're going to, drive the people towards you with all types of whatever, okay, you must have a resume that says, okay, yeah, I'm going to do all this, that, and the third, but don't forget I'll beat your favorite the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? That's how you add the balance. I'm not seeing anything on the side of the best fighting the best, of aligning himself with the elite outside of the fucking dick riding, clout chasing. That's the problem, is that it's totally one-sided on the charades and the antics and the inanity. The inanity is overflowing. Meanwhile, he's scarce in relevant, notable elite competition. Does that make sense, brothers and sisters? So that it is not enough. The angle that he is coming from is not enough. Real talk, as far as Keyshawn is concerned, I always feel like I'm waiting on a blue moon when I'm discussing Keyshawn Davis, on the impossible almost, or on the hypothetical, on a dream and a hope and a prayer. Like, okay, no, one day he is going to bloom, you guys. One day he is going to, he's going to make the jump. He's going to make the leap and prove himself. But it's like, well, if not now, when? When is he going to do it, good people? Talking big and talking tough and ducking every bit of smoke that you called out is not proof of warriorship. It's not. I don't care how cute you niggas think that shit is. Oh, look at him. He called out Devin. Oh, he called out Abdullah. Oh, he called out racist Riri. He called out this person. He called out my uncle now. He called out the mailman. He called out the Amazon delivery guy. I don't give a fuck. When is he going to get in there and fight him? Go prove it. So that I always feel like I'm waiting on the impossible with this brother. And it's ridiculous and uncalled for because he has what it takes. That's what I believe. Right? I could attest to my belief in, some level of potential that I think is a very viable level of talent that he has. But that it's only potential until he gets in there with elite notable competition to exemplify that. That has to be done, brothers and sisters. It cannot be bypassed. You know what I mean? Everything surrounding Keyshawn is hypothetical. How is that possible? When he is somebody that we can say that we believe in, whether we like his antics or not, why is everything hypothetically based? At this point in his career, with all the backing that he has, how are we speaking hypothetically about this brother? And how is his team moving in such a way that ensures that all of the dialogue remains hypothetical about him so that he can remain unproven? What are they trying to safeguard with Keyshawn Davis? Is he the motherfucking business or is he not? Because it seems like way too much avoiding is happening, all too conveniently for my liking. This is not coincidental, brothers and sisters. The fact that this man is calling out the best names to get all the eyes that he can on him at the moment, only to duck and evade and fight bums. Nobodies. Right? No shade to the King R&B Albright. I'm not, I like R&B Albright. You know what I mean? Generally, I don't think he's not like one of my fighters, but as a brother, I like him. You know what I mean? But that's not a fight that I asked for. That's not a fight that anybody goddamn asked for. And we got to keep it a buck about that. All that clout chasing only for you to turn around and fight R&B goddamn Albright? Forever my lady Albright? You feel me? Forever my lady Albright? I'm not with it. I'm not with it at all. We have been given nothing concrete as far as Keyshawn Davis is concerned. And we got to keep it a buck about that, good people. We have not been given anything concrete. As far as this man's stature being proven. We've been given nothing. Nothing but supposition or the conjecture around what is perceived to be of him, simply off of and based on his popularity or his previous associations. That is it. Nothing has been proven. He has solidified nothing. Nothing. Because he has not been in there with anybody that we can deem to be among the best. Keep it a stack. He has fought no one of notability or prominence. Not one on his resume yet. That's unacceptable to me. For somebody who we consider to be of value. One of them ones in boxing. This man has to be tested. That's the only way he can be proven. And last evening's bout, brothers and sisters, against R&B Albright was yet another roundabout avoidance. An absolute avoidance of him, stamping the very thing that can prove him as an elite. It was an avoidance of that. This fight with R.B. Albright was a circumventing of him proving himself to be an elite fighter, because Albright is not among the names. Not at this point. Not that he can't be in the future. Who knows what Albright will be in the future? What do you do in the future? As of now, he is not that. He's not. I'm highly uninterested in any further delays concerning Keyshawn Davis, any further procrastinations surrounding the type of fighter that he fights, the procrastination around getting him in there with the elite. I'm tired of the motherfucking stalling. I'm tired of the temporizing as far as Keyshawn ADD Davis goes. No more temporizing. I want no part of it. This man needs to shit or get off the pot ASAP. The pussyfooting around I'm over with that. It's been over. And last night was the threshold, the tipping point. I'm not waiting any on, I don't give a fuck about no goddamn blue moons when it comes to this nigga. I don't want nothing goddamn hypothetical anymore. Get his ass in there with the lions. Or get him the fuck out of my face. Period. Either you have fights of substance and nobility, or get the fuck out of my face. That's really how I'm stepping with Keyshawn Davis. And have been for some time. And last night, like I said, was a boiling over of these emotions. Get in there with the lions or go sit the fuck down. Because that is what's demanded of anybody else we consider to be elite. Particularly, as we already know, how a lot of these sassy ass man fans step when it comes to young King Devin. He don't get a goddamn break if he wanted to. Let's put that pressure everywhere. I don't mind the pressure. Let's dispense that shit evenly. Keyshawn don't get no goddamn vacations either. Neither does E.T. Stevenson or any of these dudes out here trying to call themselves the best. This man, ADD Davis, did all that damn talking, all of that meat glazing and clout chasing, bandwagon riding for how many months on end, brothers and sisters, only to turn around and put on a showing such as the one we saw last night against goddamn R.B. Albright. The only man on a goddamn planet that he did not clout chase. You mean to tell me you spent your time calling out to the mountaintop all the names of 30 different niggas, and the one you fought is not one of them, the one person you forgot existed on a damn planet? How the hell did that work? Out of the 30 men he done called out, he fought the one that he forgot existed. Man called out goddamn Young King, Lewis Crocker. Hold on, y'all. I got a list because I want to show you this. I have to show you this, guys. Please look at your screen. I saw this tweet the other day, good people. And salute to my beautiful sis, Emma. Hey, beautiful sis. I see you in the building. Blessings to the other brothers who came in the building, the sisters that came in the building. If I didn't shout you out, I will in a bit. Give me a moment. I just saw my beautiful sister, Empress. Got to shout her out. Please look at your screen, good people. Look at your goddamn screen. Because I thought that this was so absolutely diabolical. And what's crazy here is that this motherfucker, whoever this person is on Twitter, shout out to Gritty from the Underground, I believe is his full name. Shout out to him, right? Because I had to take a snapshot of this. I thought this was so relevant and so necessary to share, because he was absolutely 10 toes with the facts on this. Look at your screen. This is the fighters that goddamn ADD Davis called out. And the crazy thing is that he is missing names on this list. Look at this little motherfucking laundry list, brothers and sisters, of people that ADD Davis called out. Roach, Lomachenko, just called his ass out only a matter of days ago, right? He done called out Purple Pain. Frank, I never heard him call out. He did not call out no damn Frank Martin. So we can scratch that off. I should have made my own list, my own revision of this. But he wants no problem with no Frank Martin. He did no real call out of Frank Martin. If he did, he would have been fighting Frank Martin instead of the motherfucker that Albright just had a draw with, which is Frank Martin. He could have fought Frank instead of Albright because their fight ended in a damn draw, brothers and sisters. So we can X Frank off of that. He obviously wants no problem with no damn Frank Martin. Of course, he called out the Young King, called out goddamn Dalton Smith, called out, did he call out Russell? Because it definitely wasn't no Antoine Russell. So we can cross that off the list, right? Moratala, I think he mentioned something of him fly by in passing. Definitely called out the young lion Abdullah, as I posited early, right? Clout chased a little bit Rolly Romero. You can keep that on the list. Duarte, yes, he did. He's been saying Duarte's name, right? But he wants no part of no damn Duarte. He could have definitely fought him as well. Richard Hitchens, right? Of course, they had the face-off back in February, I believe, before their fight, or if it wasn't February, I think it was a few months, like a month or so prior to that, they had the face-off, right? And the fight that Hitchens ultimately pulled out of, and Keyshawn actually took the place to fight Jermaine Ortiz. So yes, he called out Hitchens. Schofield, I'm not sure if he called his ass out recently. I think he did. I may have heard something about that on Twitter, but I haven't seen it. Zepeda, Tio, Camboso, what's going on? And he missed Racist Riri on this damn list. Because remember, he did the face-off with Racist. He had a face-off every other weekend with somebody new. Somebody knew that he knew goddamn well he wasn't going to fight, brothers and sisters. He had all types of face-offs with them and tweet-offs and everything else off. Sass-offs, everything offs. Except motherfucking actual fight-offs. Look at the laundry list, brothers and sisters. And he fought Albright. A man that nobody even gave a damn about. Nobody was looking for Albright like that. Yes, he had a good fight with Frank Martin, right? That ended in a draw or whatever. He should have. I'm so disgusted, if I'm going to keep it a buck. I really am. And so disappointed because, like I said, there is no reason why we should be so hypothetical when it comes to Keyshawn Davis, why he is allowing himself to only be that. He will not actualize the potential that we believe him to have, and we need to ask why. And not only do we need to ask why, but we need to demand otherwise, brothers and sisters. This is absolutely unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. You guys have seen these sassy ass niggas in these boxing streets give real ironclad warriors the business. I'm talking about no let up on actual warriorship, men of valor. How hard they come at these men throughout boxing over the years, men who are actually out here stepping and putting the work in. How they go ahead and go bite those men's heads off at the drop of a dime, berating and lambasting and castigating real live killers out here for much less. But the people out here on some fuck time, they're not saying nothing to, no accountability whatsoever in the building. How is this happening? How is this happening? That this man, Keyshawn Davis, can go to every mountaintop he can get to, calling the names of every name he can think of, and bypass smoke with every last one of them to go fight somebody nobody gave a fuck about. How is this man being let off the hook like this? Why is it so damn quiet? Especially for these people that are waving all types of motherfucking glitter ass flags out here. Oh, I believe in Keyshawn. Keyshawn to beat this person. Keyshawn to beat Devin. Keyshawn to beat goddamn Benavidez. Keyshawn can beat Usyk, right? All these niggas with they trumped up, belief in this man, the supposed and alleged belief that they have in Keyshawn, but they're not holding him accountable to go get the work. How the fuck do you believe in this nigga and you got no expectations? Other than that he sit down with his goddamn pinkies up sipping lemonade some damn way like a diva. Where's the accountability? If you believe in the young brother, where are the demands? Where are the stipulations in addition to the support and the adulation? It cannot be both-sided, one-sided. I don't get it. I really do get mystified and absolutely befuddled by these people out here claiming to be in support of these young fighters and withhold them the absolute matter of them expressing their greatness. How the fuck is that possible, brothers and sisters? We speak two completely different languages out here. Two completely different languages. Because the young brothers that I back and that I support, I push. I don't withhold them from becoming men. That's what I demand, that they show and prove as warriors. These motherfuckers have it absolutely backwards. It's because they dick ride. It is not anything to do with warriorship or valor or temerity. They just want to be fucking fans of these niggas. They don't care about the longevity of their careers. They don't care about these great men claiming and amassing legacy for themselves in a line of beautiful black kings. They don't give a fuck about that. They just think these niggas is cute and want to wave pom-poms for their asses. That's what that shit is about on that side. I don't play those games. You know, the mentality really is warped to me, good people. How the hell can we say that we support Keyshawn Davis and nobody is demanding of that sect, at least, not the real ones? None of these, these fraudulent ass motherfucking man fans, are so scared of any level of accountability. Same thing that we saw with Purple Pain Davis. They jump in to protect him and shield him from competition. It's the same thing being exemplified here with Keyshawn Davis. This is why people are so silent on the fact that they are so reticent about calling out all of the disgusting, unabashed clout chasing of all the names that this man could think of over the past few months. And nobody is holding this man accountable for having turned around and fought the likes of goddamn Albright, a man that he already technically put in the dirt. Of course, that was surrounded by a controversy with the no contest or whatever have you. So it is what it is. But it's absolutely unnecessary for that rematch to have been had. And it's worsened and dramatized even further because this man has been calling every other name, everybody's goddamn name, only to turn around and fight somebody that nobody even thought twice about. That's what makes this all the more disgusting. And people want to be quiet about this shit. Look at the list on your screen, brothers and sisters. That's not even a complete view of names. Like I said, I should have upgraded this and made my own, right? But this is a nice example. I think we get the point here with what the brother Gritty from the underground is exemplifying here. All of these damn names. And over the course of 2-3 months, brothers and sisters, this man has been yelling the names of everybody that, even if they're not on Young King's level, the surrounding names, enough to get whatever buzz that he can. So he went from the highest degree all the way to the lowest degree with the clout chasing. Absolutely diabolical, only to turn around and fight a goddamn R&B Albright. Absolutely insane work. This man has to get in the motherfucking lion's den or go sit his ass down. Enough is a goddamn enough. All that talking that man did done ruined his chances of clout chasing any further. I know that much. He done worn that card out. He can never play that card with me again. He never could to begin with, but it's absolutely obliterated. Now, he can never play that hand again. Who is this man going to fight next? Another bum? Another somebody that nobody asked for? Is he going to get on the, clout chasing train again in the next few weeks, the next month or so? Is the boxing world going to be okay with that? Only to have him yet again turn around and fight a who is that? Who is this nigga? Who is this nigga Johnson? Are we going to get another motherfucker like that as his next opponent, brothers and sisters? I'm tired of that. I'm absolutely tired of that. And for that reason, this is why I believe that Keyshawn fumbled. This is a part of the reason of why he did fumble. To answer the question of today's discussion, which is, did Key fumble? My answer is absolutely and overwhelmingly yes. His antics was the fumble. The inanity is the fumble. His lack of getting in there with the best is the fumble. The dick riding clout chasing is the goddamn fumble, brothers and sisters. Yes. Yes, he fumbled and he continues to. And that is a disgrace to me because he is somebody that we consider to be of potential, right? So that if we even just look at the buildup for this fight, was this a buildup for the fight? How the fuck can you build up a fight that nobody damn asked for, brothers and sisters? So the surrounding elements around this fight was non-existent. There was no buildup. Because quite frankly, there was nothing to build. This fight had already been laid to rest back then. It had already been put to bed back then with the no contest and all of that. Nobody gave a damn about that. Nobody needed to reopen that chapter. It was already dead and buried. Not a living soul asked for, inquired about, or in any way solicited the making of this fight with Albright. Nobody, not a soul on damn earth. We know what time it is, brothers and sisters. Okay? This was hands down the most pointless, inessential fight of the year. And we barely even 6 months into the damn year. And this is the most inessential fight of the damn year, brothers and sisters. Pointless on every level. Pointless, senseless. This absolutely takes the cake for pointlessness. And I heard Keyshawn mention something like allegedly, Top Rank, they wanted this. They stipulated that this fight happened with Albright. Motherfucking cap. I call cap. Ain't nobody stipulate a goddamn thing. Stipulate what? Beating a dead horse? Why the hell would they stipulate that? Keyshawn has been deriding every conceivable name in the surrounding division shamelessly, tagging on to any name that'll get a retweet and a like and a view. And the best that his beloved Top Rank could muster up for an opponent was Albright, a nigga he done put to bed already. And I'm not even totally mad because if such is the case, it only proves, you guys, if that's the case, Top Rank wanted this, this was stipulated, right? If that's the case, it only, dramatically proves how much of a sucker, how much of a damn doja and a lackey that Keyshawn actually is. For taking such an order, a senseless order. Oh, you don't run nothing. All this huffy and puffy and, call my manager. Yeah, I'll show you a clip in a little bit. Tell what's his name to call my manager. He know my manager phone. Tell him to call and get the fight popping. Really? Well, it looks like your ass is being assigned ad hoc projects, side-ass ad hoc projects by Top Rank simply because they want them fulfilled no matter how pointless and baseless they are. They're sending your ass on errands. You a fucking errand boy at Top Rank, apparently. You don't hold no goddamn weight. If they can just assign your ass to a pointless, baseless ass fight with Albright, rematch with Albright. A damn lackey. That's what that proves to me. It proves that he has absolutely no say, absolutely no pull, no persuasion whatever as far as who he wants his opponents to be. That's what that proves, if what he is saying is true about Top Rank having stipulated Albright as his opponent. Which would explain why he so incessantly needed to attach himself within the public to all of the names of actual value, brothers and sisters. Doesn't that become a little bit more clear in viewing that? Now we see what that clout ride was about. Why he so vehemently and incessantly went on the meat motherfucking glazing tour that he did on movie sets, on motherfucking Oprah's couch, and everywhere else he can get a spot on prime time. Because without that clout riding, how the hell else was he going to promote a damn fight with R&B Albright, brothers and sisters? Looks like we got a little bit more clarity in the building from looking at it at this angle. Without the clout riding of the past few months, he would be fighting Albright's goddamn mailman next. So he got to do all the meat munching that he can, apparently, because he'll do worse than fighting Albright next time. He gonna fight Albright, the nigga that fixed Albright's sink. That's gonna be his next opponent. Keyshawn is down bad out here. AGG is, you know what I'm saying? He's under pressure, brothers and sisters. This nigga gonna be fighting Albright's Amazon delivery man. That's why he got a clout ride the way he does. That's why it's so hellacious. Crazy, crazy work. He got to legitimize himself somehow, brothers and sisters. I guess now we know why. Because he's an errand boy at Top Rank. They could just assign him and demand that he go fight meaningless bouts, meaningless rematches. AGG got the victory last night, brothers and sisters. He did. Like I said, I totally expected that. And as he should have, he better motherfucking had got that victory. I was not expecting that man to certainly get in there and lose. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying? And if he did, just imagine what an absolute has-been he would be if he fumbled that. Thankfully, he didn't go too far with the fumbling. Thankfully, he did not fumble his own goddamn victory, right? So I expected him to get in there and do what he did, because if he didn't, he would be an absolute schmuck. He better had went in there and got that damn dub. What a damn disappointment had it gone any other way. But, he won. Ladies and gentlemen, as far as I'm concerned, I can't even call that a victory. That doesn't garner a level of accreditation whatsoever toward the upliftment or the betterment of his resume in any way. Am I capping or no? The victory last night, did that do anything for his resume? Did it elevate his achievements? Did it elevate his resume in any way, brothers and sisters? Did he accomplish anything by defeating Albright? Once again, this is the baselessness I'm talking about. Can we even call that a victory, brothers and sisters, if it was worthless to begin with of a matchup? What's the victory? What's really the victory? That was not a victory at all, ladies and gentlemen. That was an asinine attempt to fill time. That's the only thing it seemed to have served to me, because it served nothing else in boxing. It actually served nothing in boxing. What purpose did that fight with Albright, the rematch, serve, ladies and gentlemen? Can anybody explicate that to me? What do you think? Did it serve anything to you? Keep it a buck. Because if I have some Keyshawn supporters up in here, you know what I mean? Go ahead and explicate. What the fuck did that fight serve? I know, like during the buildup, niggas was trying to say, it's a grudge match. He's going to get it back for his brother, which is the most puss, sucker, soft ass shit that I ever heard in my life. The fact that his brother can't go get his own goddamn get back. He should have been rematching motherfucking Beanie Man. Go, because that's what his brothers look like. Go rematch damn Beanie Man, Girls Them Sugar. If he would have rematched Girls Them Sugar Davis, that would have been, you know what I'm saying? That would have been something because it has a storyline built in, ladies and gentlemen. Am I capping or not? Because they had the, you know what I'm saying? He beat him or whatever last year, and then they have a whole altercation backstage. So let's say if Girls Them Sugar Davis wanted to get the rematch, that'd be like, oh, okay, let's see if that was just a off night. That would have warranted a rematch, even though he was beat, you know, totally and dominantly by R&B Albright. But let's say if Girls Them Sugar wanted the rematch, that's the motherfucking one that made sense. Not Keyshawn Davis. Not Keyshawn damn Davis. Girls Them Sugar should have got his damn his rematch, ladies and gentlemen. So the math is not mathing to me. It never did math to me. Absolutely pointless. No matter which way that I try to turn, there's no grace to be given. Brothers and sisters, the shit was absolutely worthless and it served no purpose. I cannot stress that enough. I cannot stress that enough. No purpose was served with that particular bout. Okay? Not to mention the fight, you know, itself was weird. What were your thoughts on the fight, good people? To me, it was ungainly, right? It was maladroit. It was awkward as hell at particular moments. Like, real talk, you guys. What the hell was going on with Keyshawn Davis in that first half of that fight? With the goddamn holding and the hugging and the goddamn headlocking? Motherfucker picking niggas up in the ring and damn body slam doing the motherfucking DGT? What is this? What is this? What was I looking at last night, you guys, that first half particularly? What was going on? What was going on? The man R&B Albright was in all types of damn headlocks. He was just a hugging and a holding. That man, why was he fighting like that, Keyshawn? I really didn't get it. Absolutely threw me off. Absolutely threw me off. I didn't know what the hell Keyshawn was doing in that first round. To me, he didn't really loosen up until the latter. I would say the championship rounds really is where things started to become a little bit more coherent as far as his output for me. Anybody else feel that? Anybody else feel that? And also, you guys, because of that, because Keyshawn's output really didn't start getting clarified for me until towards the end, I didn't feel a level of seriousness in that bout. Until, like I said, towards the end either, because he didn't start to look clear, his output. I can't say at all that I was enthralled by anything, really in that fight. I think I was impressed here and there by some of the body work that he was doing on Albright, right? But Albright was also having, his successes and stuff like that in his output here and there. I like the way he used his jab. He popped ADD's head back a few times in that fight, which was interesting. But underwhelming, brothers and sisters. Underwhelming. Okay. This was a fight that of course he headlined in his hometown, right? This fight was back in North Fork or whatever have you. Did this look like a headline fight? That should look like the undercard of a damn undercard. That didn't look like no damn headline fight with Keyshawn. He didn't go in there and manhandle and get the knockout like he said he was doing. What the fuck did he do in that ring? Except body slam Albright illegally. I mean, did that look like a headline fight to you guys? You tell me if I'm tripping, you guys. I'm just going to be absolutely raw with you guys. Because, I'm always keep it a buck. It's always going to be sugar free over here. You know what I'm saying? I was not enthralled at all. You know what I'm saying? That was his first official homecoming fight because, of course, he fumbled the first opportunity last year. It was actually the young lion Abdullah who snatched the headline crown from his ass, right? When he fumbled the opportunity with the antics and the alleged assault of Albright, you know what I'm saying, backstage and whatever have you. So that this last night was his official, headlining homecoming, if you will, right? And this is the first one that he did. But it was not headline hometown worthy. The crowd was the crowd even into it, really? You know what I'm saying? I was hearing niggas wasn't even really trying to take that risk. You know what I'm saying? And invest in tickets, real talk, because of what he pulled last year, that he lost the trust of his own people, which is crazy, right? ADD Davis got a second shot at headlining, and just think about it. That's the performance that he gave to the people. That's just underwhelming. An underwhelming performance is what he gave to the people. Ladies and gentlemen, I just don't, That was not anything of a performance to revere or ride home about at all. You tell me. You tell me how you feel. Right? Underwhelming. Suffice it to say that Albright was touching his ass up during that fight, brothers and sisters. Let's not be forgetful here. Nearly knocked ADD Davis ass out. Did you see him rock ADD Davis? Wobbled the shit out of his ass. I forgot what round that was earlier on. I'm like, what the hell? That's a big ass motherfucking shot that he hit ADD Davis with. And overall, I was looking at ADD like, what is his skill set looking like? What is this? I'm not seeing him looking clean. He's out of range. Something was absolutely middy about ADD Davis. He looked very mid. R&B Albright had his ass looking mid. Real talk. Real talk with all the shit that he was popping. R&B Albright sure had his ass looking mid. He couldn't get in there and do what he wanted with R&B Albright for a significant portion of the fight, for the majority of the fight. It wasn't until the championship rounds, really, where he started letting them hands go and really attacking R&B. You know what I mean? But, overall, R&B was in there 10 toes with him. He didn't just go in there. I mean, aside from the illegal picking him up and throwing him down, he couldn't go in there and do whatever he wanted as far as the boxing tip was concerned and do what he wanted with R&B. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, crazy work. Crazy, crazy work. Out of range, he was having moments where he was not landing. You know what I'm saying? And then the clinching and the holding, can't forget that. You guys. Underwhelming. I was not impressed. Good people. Real talk, Keyshawn's most effective output came by way of the damn clinching and the holding. That's what I remember most, if I'm going to keep it a buck. The clinching and the holding, because I was so off-put and so confused as to why he was approaching the fight like that in the initial half. What was going on? That's what I remember the most. In addition to the latter, well, I liked some of the body shots that he threw later on. I was like, okay, yeah, that was nice, little body work that he did there. But, if that wasn't even significant enough to really hold my memory. Crazy work. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And I think that was also underwhelming, was that he was not able to totally bring R&B Albright to heel. He didn't bring R&B to heel. He couldn't get in there and just do what he wanted with R&B. R&B had the jab out. R&B kept him at range. It was difficult for Keyshawn to come in to range, to land and stuff like that. And so those types of little things is what I was gauging. You know what I'm saying? Is that there were things that R&B was doing that he could just not effectively just bogart his way into, right? And I'm looking at that because I'm like, bro, I want you to be on the elite level at some point. I do. Do I fuck with your moves? Absolutely not. Never will, right? But would I like to see you up there, you know what I'm saying, with the likes of the Young King? 1,000%. You know what I mean? Would I like to even see him get up in there with Abdullah Mason? Should Abdullah move up from 35 to 40 at some particular point, if Keyshawn is still at 40, right? Which I think he needs to haul his ass up to 47. But you know what I'm saying? I want to see him in there I want him to mix it up with all of the people, that we think and consider to be of notability to whatever degree or another, right? I want to see ADD up in there, getting it popping with the best. Okay. But after viewing what I was viewing, I'm like, bro, do you know what will happen to you if you stand in front of the Young King? You better tighten the hell up, because Young King is, you know what I'm saying, absolutely gunning for you. Absolutely gunning for you. By the way, here is something else for you to look at on your screen, good people. Speaking of Young King, boom. Young King is, you know what I'm saying? He's still hunting this nigga. He's stalking this nigga. This nigga is food. This nigga is prey to the Young King. Absolutely. Young King didn't take his eyes off of that brother. That's what he posted. Debo coming for Keyshawn. Oh, you best believe that. Yeah, I quieted down because I know you's a sucker. I know you shaking in your damn boots. You don't want no problems with the guy. But absolutely, I still got your ass on the menu. I'm hunting big time, for sure. Absolutely. And he made that clear once again, as he has been for I don't know how long now. Keyshawn been on a hit list since last year, brothers and sisters. Let's not be forgetful. And he's still on that hit list, apparently. Debo made it very clear for the good people. Okay? But it's like, you better sharpen up, because if you get in there with that damn Young King, you know, you will be absolutely demolished. Absolutely demolished. Tighten the hell up, because I want that. That's the fight that I want. I want to see Keyshawn Davis with the Young King. Okay? But I didn't like that performance that I saw last night. Didn't like it at all. All right? Interesting stuff, you guys. Very, very interesting stuff. Now, I did wanted to get into a little bit of the post-fight reaction. I wanted to dissect with you guys a little bit. And just take into account some of the things that I heard. First of all, I don't think it's possible for us to bypass the fact that this man came in for the second time in his career overweight. And not only is the second time that he came in overweight, brothers and sisters, but in a matter of 1 year, Keyshawn Davis has managed to miss weight. How is this? Are we going to call him a weight bully? Is the boxing world going to call Keyshawn Davis a weight bully? I know they're not. That question is kind of rhetorical, but I bring it to the forefront for the conscious brothers and sisters up in here who know what time I am stepping on. Look at your screen. Look at your screen. Keyshawn Davis had posted this in the lead up, right, to the final weigh-in, where he came in overweight. And he said, making weight be the hardest part. This nigga is sitting in I don't know what the hell this is, a goddamn chicken broth bath, or a motherfucking green tea bath, or a goddamn, I don't know what the hell this man is sitting in, right? But apparently he needed some extra measures to get whatever additional weight off of him so that he can come in the 0.2 or however many pounds overweight that he wind up coming in regardless. Why is Keyshawn Davis still at motherfucking 140, brothers and sisters, if it's so difficult for him to make this weight? He could have been hauled his ass up to 47, took his ass up to goddamn Gustavo at the WBO, and petitioned to become officially installed into the welterweight division, brothers and sisters. Why is he wasting my goddamn time? Oh, making weight be the hardest part. Why is he still at 140? He has every opportunity in the world to go ahead and go get it popping with the welterweights. Why is he wasting everybody's goddamn time sitting around clout chasing and meat goddamn glazing everybody at motherfucking 147, but not taking the action to install himself there? What kind of whole juice is this motherfucker sitting in to sit up here and get a tiny waist so he can look like me? Why he want my waist? Go take your big ass to 147 instead of trying to get snatched like me on some hot girl summer shit. Go take your ass up to goddamn 47. I'm so sick of him and goddamn Shakur with the small, oh, my waist is so small, baby. Take your big ass up to goddamn 47. And get it popping. What are we doing? You goddamn starving yourself? You sitting in whole juice overnight, marinating in some motherfucking whole juice? Take your ass up to damn 47. These niggas make me sick, brothers and sisters. I gotta keep it a buck. I'm so sick of the nonsense. I don't want to see you soaking overnight in no goddamn hoe juice. What are these niggas on? Am I tripping or not? Am I tripping or not? Because sometimes people like to turn to me and say, oh, sugar free. You know what I'm saying? You really, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you going a little bit too hard. Am I? Am I goddamn going too hard? Or are these niggas wilding? Because I don't think it's me. This nigga motherfucking marinating for 3 days straight in some hoe juice so that he can get the snatch sugar-free waste. It's diabolical out here, knowing that his big ass needs to be at least that fucking 47. Just take your ass up there. Why are you so, you that motherfucking shook, nigga? Because you're going to goddamn starve yourself, goddamn kill yourself, drown yourself in all types of damn baths made of God knows what. So that you, everything so that you could avoid the best, but you out here calling yourself the best. You out here beating your chest, talking about, oh, you beat this, that person, and the third person. But you going through these lengths and measures to circumvent these dudes. What is going on? This is the conversation that niggas is not having. They're not having these conversations. They don't want to bring this level of accountability to this young brother, Keyshawn Davis. And why? Why? And then you got the whole ass motherfucking Jay Prince with his motherfucking topic sprayed on his goddamn hairline and his motherfucking beard. Motherfucking he should be the fucking poster child for the topics motherfucking ad. Talk about, oh, such and such is too small. And this nigga, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole goddamn, campaign. A campaign for snatched ass waists over there. Snatch squad is what I'm going to call them. Not active squad, snatch squad. Because these niggas want the fucking snatch waist like a motherfucker out here. They do anything to remain small. To keep away from that heat and that pressure with the real killers. What is going on? What is going on? Everybody is vying for to remain away from the weight division that they can easily go fight within. It's just diabolical to me. It's diabolical. Y'all don't see this shit as unmanly for the motherfuckers that ride these niggas night after goddamn night, hours after goddamn hours, no breaks. That shit is so unmanly. You're not gonna ask these niggas, well, take your ass up. You're not gonna look at Shakur Stevens and say, nigga, this fucking 3 pounds. Go fight the man that you have long been associated with, since before, for the past decade. You don't want to go up there and get it popping with Devin? What type of sassy time are you on? You up here crying about goddamn 3 pounds, lying to everybody about, ooh, how small your back, ooh, how tight you are. Excuse me? Like, what type of soft-ass motherfucking era are we in, brothers and sisters? I know it's not just me sitting around looking at these dudes like, what are y'all doing? Do you guys hear yourselves? Where the fuck is where's the masculinity? Am I tripping? It's the sassiest shit ever. I don't come from men like this. I don't come from men like this. The fighters and the warriors that I have supported and have loved and hold beloved to my heart. You know what I'm saying? They don't talk like this. They never have spoken like this. They say, point him out. You think he's the best? Bring him to me. Bring him to me now. That's how my killers talk all the time. That's what their legacy has been built upon. You think I'm going to turn around to my left and look at the beautiful Charlie Burley, that beautiful brother, warrior spirit, on his knees, praying to God for a goddamn title shot so that he can prove who the fuck he is? Excuse me? What? You think I'm going to look to my right at that beautiful king, Hagler and Hearn? And them say some soft-ass sucker shit like that. They will never turn to me and say no soft-ass shit like that. Excuse me? These are the men whose shoulders I stand on. They would never let me down on some sassy-ass type of time like that. What are these kids doing? is their backbone. Absolutely diabolical, brothers and sisters. This fucking photo on my screen disgusts me every time because this nigga is soaking, marinating in whole juice, knowing that he should be taking his ass up to 47. You can't make this shit up, you guys. You really just can't. You cannot make this stuff up. Absolutely diabolical to me. Let's get into this post-fight. I need to move on because I'm really getting disgusted. Let's get into this damn post-fight reaction that I wanted to, review with you. I took a clip for you guys. He said some interesting things here, beautiful people. Interesting things that he had said, but some of the things that of note, one of the things of note, really, the primary thing for me at least, you tell me what you think, is that despite even missing weight, despite the whole juice that this nigga was soaking in, okay, the thought juice that this man was marinating within, right, to get the snatch waist, and only to still having come in overweight, but whatever. Right? He's sitting and bathing in the goddamn thought juice. All right. But that despite doing that, for some reason, Keyshawn Davis in this clip was still showing reticence about moving up to 147, even though, once again, he managed to utter the name of the young king, brothers and sisters. Am I bugging? Am I bugging? I'm going to break it down with you in just a bit, but I just found that so crazy. How the fuck can you be saying, oh yeah, I don't know if I can make the weight anymore. But then when he's asked, okay, well, are you going to go up to 147, nigga? You know what I mean? He's like, oh, I don't know. That's still pending decision. That's TBD at the moment, pretty much. Right? To be determined. Oh, he didn't say that. I'm just paraphrasing, of course, but he's basically saying, oh, that's still subject to, being confirmed. I don't know. It's with me and my team. Nigga, did your ass just goddamn sit in a goddamn whole juice for hours on end and still came in overweight? What the fuck you mean you don't know if you go on 147? Do you see the double talking that I'm talking about? Let me play the clip for the good people, for anybody who didn't catch this post interview. Let's do. I think it's this one. Hold on. Zoom one. Here we go.
Did this fight be a 12-round fight? Because you're a 12-round fighter. It seemed like you were doing your best work in that 11th and 12th round. Was that the reason you wanted this fight to go 12?
No, I wouldn't say that's the reason. I'm a 12-round fighter, and each fighter give me the opportunity to go 12. I'm still new to this. That was literally my first time going 12 rounds.
Hold on. Hold the fuck on, you guys. Did you hear that? I'm still new to this. Let me run it back.
This week that you were the one that insisted this fight be a 12-round fight because you're a 12-round fighter. It seemed like you were doing your best work in that 11th and 12th round. Was that the reason you wanted this fight to go 12?
No, I wouldn't say that's the reason. I'm a 12-round fighter, and each fighter give me the opportunity to go 12. I'm still new to this. That was literally my first time going 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? But thank.
Do y'all hear that fucking excuse? That disgusting excuse? Doesn't that sound familiar, brothers and sisters? I'm only 9-0. I'm only 9-0. I'm only 10-0. I'm only goddamn 11-0. I'm only 12-0. This nigga's still saying that he's fucking new to shit. He's still a prospect in his mind. But he got the balls enough to call the likes of the young King Devin. Make it the fuck make sense. Why this nigga always goddamn talking with two goddamn tongues, brothers and sisters? Oh, I just went 12 rounds. I'm still new to this. What the fuck are you gonna man the fuck up, Keyshawn? Are you a goddamn pro or not? Do you want your motherfucking hands held to cross the street? Or are you man enough to go ahead and go get it, do it yourself? This nigga always want to tread the goddamn line. I'm sick of this shit. But he want to talk big and talk tough, doing all this goddamn pump faking. But want to wave the banner around about how he is so inexperienced. This nigga is still a prospect in his mind. What the fuck are we doing, brothers and sisters? He still need his goddamn mama to help him cross the street? What is this nigga talking about? I'm still new to this. New to what? I thought you handled business, businessman. You can't tuck your goddamn tail. You in the motherfucking pros. Time to step with the big killers. That's it. You learn on sight. I don't want to hear nothing about no goddamn newness. Either you a goddamn killer or you not. Absolutely revolting when I heard that, ladies and gentlemen. I got to keep it a rack with y'all. I'm still new to this. Listen to this shit.
You were the one that insisted this fight be a 12-round fight because you're a 12-round fighter. Seemed like you were doing your best work in that 11th and 12th round. Was that the reason you wanted this fight to go 12?
No, I wouldn't say that's the reason. I'm a 12-round fighter, and each fighter give me the opportunity to go 12. You know, I'm still new to this. That was literally my first time going 12 rounds, you know.
That's literally my first time going 12 rounds. What type of soft-ass, chump-ass talk is this? It's a grown-ass goddamn man, damn near 30 goddamn year old. Oh, this is my first time going 12 rounds. I'm still new to this. Oh, be gentle with me now. Take your time with me. Take your time. I'm so new to this. The fuck are we doing? What are we doing? Nigga, the same age as the young king. What are we talking about? Let's not forget all the fucking, hot shit this man has been popping incessantly, unrelentingly. Don't let that fucking cute, soft talk persuade you. Don't let it ensorcel you, brothers and sisters. This is the man who was screaming everybody's goddamn name on a mountaintop and how they're easy work, they're food for him. This is the nigga who is coquettishly telling you, oh, I'm so new to this, daddy. Take your time with me, you guys. Please be gentle. I am still new to this. What? No goddamn cop-outs. We don't give no passes for you to goddamn cop out and tuck no damn tails over here. You either gonna step or you gonna sit your ass the fuck down. Y'all niggas is letting these dudes get away with all types of sassy ass nonsense. It's disgusting. How are these dudes supposed to exemplify and stand within warriorship with this type of placating? Y'all gotta hold these brothers accountable so that they can stand uprightly. Uprightly. He don't get to sit up here and say, I'm still new to this. After saying who he decapitate, who he beat, who he's better than. How, I'm him. I'm the best man in boxing, so forth and so on. He doesn't get to sit pretty and say how new to this he is, while simultaneously trying to convince you and the world over that he is him. It doesn't work. You got to show and prove that. That's a cop-out for him to not have to prove everything that he has been saying. That's a cop-out. Oh, no, he doesn't have to prove anything, y'all. He's still new to this after all. Fuck out of here with that soft talk. Let's continue.
No, I wouldn't say that's the reason. I'm a 12-round fighter, and each fighter give me the opportunity to go 12. You know, I'm still new to this. That was literally my first time going 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? But thank God that I got the victory, and I finished out, I feel like, stronger than I started.
You feel like you were close to getting him out of there in the 12th round?
I feel like 11 and 12 for sure. I heard him with. I don't know what I heard him with. I was just throwing shots, and I heard him. I just kept hearing everybody say you heard him, so I just kept going. But 12 round for sure. I seen that he was hurt, but he crafty. You know, like he's not easy to stop. But I got a really.
He's not easy to stop. I thought he was going to knock his ass the fuck out, brothers and sisters. I know I wasn't the only one that heard that. Albright is easy work. I'll knock his ass out again. Oh, now all of a sudden he's not easy to stop. Is he? Oh, really? Oh, how convenient. Let's continue.
Getting him out of there in the 12th round?
I feel like 11 and 12 for sure. I heard him with. I don't know what I heard him with. I was just throwing shots and I heard him. I just kept hearing everybody say you heard him, so I just kept going. But 12 round for sure. I seen that he was hurt, but he crafty. Like he's not easy to stop. But I got really a unanimous decision. So again, that's all that matters.
Title of this fight was unfinished business. You made it clear all week you thought the business was finished with Albright. Was it hard to get motivated for this fight, for this camp to get ready to come in?
I mean, honestly, yes, it really was. I wanted to fight the people like Oscar Duarte. I wanted to fight people like Devin Haney. I was on the phone with.
Did he? Did he want to fight people like Devin Haney? Because to my recollection, he had the opportunity and then some to face the Young King back in February instead of motherfucking Jermaine Ortiz, brothers and sisters. He opted and absolutely circumvented the option on the table to fight Devin and jumped into the arms of Jermaine Ortiz. What the fuck is he talking about? Oh, I would have liked to have fought Duarte, Devin Haney. Oh, really? Why the hell didn't you take the goddamn opportunity? Brothers and sisters, we already saw it on camera. The legendary Bill Haney walk up to that man and say, okay, you know what I'm saying? Are you going to be a man of your word? You know what I'm saying? Because you have the opportunity to fight us already. What are you going to do? Okay? That's already on camera. We got the footage of that. So why is this man talking as if, I tried. It was attempted. The possibility and the prospect of fighting Devin. That's what, I tried to do. Did you? Is that why you fucking turned around to fight Jermaine Ortiz? When Young King was standing right in front of you? Ready to get it popping? These niggas is wilding, y'all. Let's continue. Let me run it back a little.
But he crafty, like he's not easy to stop. But I got really a unanimous decision. So again, that's all that matters.
Title of this fight was unfinished business. You made it clear all week you thought the business was finished with Albright. Was it hard to get motivated for this fight, for this camp to get ready to come in?
I mean, honestly, yes, it really was. I wanted to fight the people like.
By the way, another goddamn cop-out. Oh, it was hard for me to get motivated for this fight. Another excuse for an underwhelming performance, right? Underwhelming. Now he has the excuse that he was not motivated. He was not galvanized about this fight, right? And it's another excuse as to possibly, I know I said I was going to knock his ass out, but guess what? I wasn't motivated, right? All of these damn excuses and alibis so conveniently on deck, ain't they? Let's continue.
Oscar Duarte. I wanted to fight people like Devin Haney. I was on the phone with Lamont Roach, so I'm calling out these other guys to make a bigger fight for my legacy, but Top Rank insisted I fought Nair Albright, so.
Wanted to make the big fights for my legacy. What legacy, brothers and sisters? What legacy is this man trying to fight? Trying to build? Well, I try to call these people out to make the big names for my legacy, but Top Rank insisted upon the fact that I fight goddamn R&B Albright. It's just absolutely ridiculous, you guys. I just, you really just can't make this up. And it gets more ridiculous as you hear it back to back to back. It's just, you really can't make this stuff up, good people.
Crafty, like he's not easy to stop, but I got really a unanimous decision. So again, that's all that matters.
Title of this fight was unfinished business. You made it clear all week you thought the business was finished with Albright. Was it hard to get motivated for this fight, for this camp to get ready to come in?
I mean, honestly, yes, it really was. I wanted to fight the people like Oscar Duarte. I wanted to fight people like Devin Haney. I was on the phone with Lamont Roach, so I'm calling out these other guys to make a bigger fight for my legacy, but Top Rank insisted I fought Nair Albright, so.
How the hell did Top Rank insist upon a fight with R&B Albright, but bypass, allegedly, the clear shoot-in, the clear opportunity, the clear golden ticket to fight the Young King Devin, brothers and sisters? Can somebody make this make sense to me? Was R&B Albright somehow some overarching goal that they had to reach and accomplish before they could set about on another goal with Devin? Was there some pot at the end of the rainbow with R&B that they just could not bypass, that they just had to grab and attain, right? So much so that they had to bypass the biggest fight of anybody's career in boxing, which is a fight with the Young King, right? It was so big, so opportune, a moment to fight R&B Albright that it was worth bypassing and totally avoiding Devin Haney. Can somebody explain this to me? What the fuck was so significant about R&B Albright to concretize that fight and absolutely bypass a fight with Young King Devin, who is the biggest fight for any fighter in boxing? Did anybody think about that? Or am I tripping? Before we sit down and believe the fuckery on the screen, right? Not that my good family here would, but just maybe to the surrounding delusional people or people who are not as privy, right? Did they sit and think about this before they accepted the delusion? What the hell was so gargantuan an opportunity or so insurmountable a proposition, to fight R&B Albright, that a fight with Devin was something that could have just outrightly thrown off the table altogether? Are we missing something? Doesn't make sense to me. But now he's going to use the excuse, whatever that they had drummed up behind the scenes on the drawing board. Oh, you're going to say this, that, and the third, so that, at least, they can have their questions answered as to why you took on this fucking pointless ass fight. Oh, just say that, they made you do it. That my dog ate my homework, y'all. That's what the fuck this shit sounds like to me. Oh, what had happened? Oh, nah. See, what happened was that the pinky toe, I hit it on the coffee table, right? But then what happens when I fell? And then the phone rang. And then my mama said to don't forget to go get the eggs, because she was going to bake the, what I'm saying? But bypass that, never mind. What really was at hand was that I was dealing with a lot, and Top Rank made me do it. That's what the fuck that shit sound like to me. Absolute nonsensical fuckery. Let's move on.
They got it.
Do you feel like this closes the chapter with him now?
Oh, yeah, for sure. When it comes to Keyshawn, I'm not fighting him no more. There's no reason for me to fight him. I wish him luck, though. I wish him back safe to Philly. I'm glad he...
Nigga, there was no goddamn reason for you to fight him again. What you mean? Oh, no, this is the last time. I'm not going to fight him no more. Nigga, this shouldn't have been made. What you mean you're not going to fight him no more? Your ass better goddamn not. I'll be goddamn if a trilogy get made out here in these streets with you and goddamn R&B Albright. What the hell he be? Oh, no, because that's over and done now, you hear? Yeah, he can't. I'm not having no fight with him no more. Excuse me? Like we fucking asked for this one. Let's move on.
Accepted the fight, and he came out. He had a hell of a performance. A crowd was into it the whole entire fight. It was an interesting fight. And shouts out to Nair, man.
Did he have a hell of a performance? Oh, sounds like because your ass got mollywopped in that round and almost put completely on your ass, now you want to get the accreditation, right? Let's continue.
And man, good luck on the rest of your career.
You're now a man with options. You'll probably be ordered to face Lindolfo Delgado for that vacant IBF 140-pound title. You've also been calling out some big names that are up there in the 147-pound division. What path do you think you want to take?
Man, I'll probably go 147. I ain't gonna lie. All this making weight stuff, it ain't for me.
All this making weight stuff, it ain't for me. Really? Why the fuck are you still at 140? Why the hell is he still at 140? He should have been hauled his ass up there right after the Jermaine Ortiz fight. Okay? He was doing a lot of motherfucking meat glazing of Lewis Crocker right along with the Young King. Meat riding the Young King left and right endlessly. All right? Opportunity was there for him to haul ass. He didn't have to worry about ever making weight at no 140 again. Why the hell is he still there? if making this weight ain't for him. Oh, I probably just move up to 47. Really? Why the fuck aren't you there? Also, brothers and sisters, pay close attention to what he says afterwards, because the announcer is going to be like, okay, well, are you going to go to 47? Listen closely to his response. You tell me if that's a man that can't make weight at 140 and needs to move to 147. You tell me if you hear any alacrity in his response about going up to 147, or do you hear an outright motherfucking excuse and yet another cop out to not go to 47? Let me take it back a bit and run it through.
47, I ain't gonna lie. All this making weight stuff, it ain't for me. Like, as y'all can see, I ain't good at making weight, but I just know how to fight. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We'll go back to the drawing boards. I talked to my coaches about that. But either way, it's gonna be BTA and whatever weight class I go to.
Did you feel?
Whatever weight class I go to is going to be BTA, and me and my team will go back to the drawing board. What is there to go back to the drawing board about if you said you couldn't make weight? Let's continue.
Keyshawn, did you feel like you said you'd know after this fight if you could stay at 140? Do you feel like you figured some stuff out?
Staying at 140?
Do you feel like you said after this fight you would know if you can stay at 140, how you felt there? Did you figure some stuff out there?
No, not yet. We'll figure it out after we go back and watch tape. You know what I'm saying? We talk about everything, but...
Ladies and gentlemen, did you guys hear the answer to that question? The announcer said, you said that after this fight, you would know, right? For sure. That 140, what 140 will mean to you as far as making weight to remain here at 140. That would be figured out for you after this fight. Did you figure anything out yet? Because the fight is over, right? You said making weight was difficult. We already saw you miss weight. You know what I'm saying? What are your thoughts about this? Did you figure anything out about the decision? Okay. He says no. He says no, brothers and sisters. Let's rewind that back so you can hear that straight through.
Felt there. Did you figure some stuff out there? After this fight, if you could stay at 140, do you feel like you figured some stuff out?
Staying at 140?
Do you feel like you said after this fight you would know if you can stay at 140, how you felt there? Did you figure some stuff out there?
No, not yet. We'll figure it out after we go back and watch tape. You know,
he doesn't know how he felt at 140, even though he missed and fumbled the weight on the scales. So you still haven't figured anything out? You missed weight, right? You put the fucking picture up of you bathing in motherfucking whole thought juice, right? You came in missing weight, but you still haven't, it hasn't occurred to you if leaving the 140 division is something you ought to do, even after all of that. And this nigga's not going to no goddamn 147, brothers and sisters, long story short. He has no intention to do that. It's nothing but a goddamn clout chase once again. Long story short, brothers and sisters, that's the moral of this story.
I feel like you said after this fight, you would know if you can stay at 140, how you felt there. Did you figure some stuff out there?
No, not yet. We'll figure it out after we go back and watch tape. You know what I'm saying? We talk about everything, but either way, 140, 147, I'm there, man. But
absolute nonsensical buffoonery. That's the only thing I can call this. What the hell is there to figure out? Your ass missed weight. You complained about the difficulty. You posted a picture of you fucking soaking in your goddamn thought bath, right? But all of a sudden now you have not made up your mind as to whether 147 is actually on the horizon for you. This nigga's not moving up to 147 because he knows who's up there, brothers and sisters. It's all meaningless talk. Absolutely meaningless talk, right? But he is going to use the idea of 147 because that's going to allude to what everybody is, anticipating, right? What everybody is on the edge of their seat for to see if the fight with the Young King would ever materialize. He knows that. He's plenty aware of that. And so does motherfucking the Topics poster boy, whatever his name is, Jay Prince. He knows that goddamn too. I got to come up with a name for Jay Prince. Something related to Topics. For whatever reason, it's not, I'm not thinking of it right now. But goddamn, the Topics poster child, okay? Spray paint hairline boy is motherfucking, conspiring behind the scenes. Oh, keep saying 147, keep saying what's his name, even though I'm trying to keep both you and E.T. Stevenson far the fuck away from that division as possible. But keep talking about it. Keep egging them on, right? So there was that, good people. Absolute inanity to me. This is another thing that I came across that I thought was very interesting. That I think I saw this on King Benji's page. If you guys are on Twitter, follow the King Benji. I got this from his page earlier. It's another interesting comment that Keyshawn had in the post fight. Let me grab it for you guys. This is while he was in the crowd, I guess, giving salutations to the crowd. Here we go.
For you.
He just like riding his wave, bro. He be lying, bro.
Does that mean
entertaining him?
But does that mean the fight can be next?
Bro,
I mean,
he's
saying
welling, which I don't understand. He just be talking, bro. I be serious.
You feel
Tell him if he's serious, call my manager. He know who my manager is. Call my manager. We don't gotta do all that tip for tat social media stuff. When the shit drop, it's sold out. We don't gotta do all that. You gonna fight, Tank?
So this, brothers and sisters, is in regard to Devin Haney, right? And the post right here, as I showed you guys earlier with Devin posted, Debo coming for Keyshawn, right? Making it absolutely known once again that this nigga's food. And you know what I mean? I'm coming for him. So the guy in this particular video is like, Debo done tweeted. You know what I'm saying? He's saying he coming for you. What do you think about that? And that's Keyshawn's response. I'll play it again so you guys could hear it along with the context.
Hey, Keyshawn.
Yeah.
Devin said Debo coming for you.
He just like riding his wave, bro. He be lying, bro.
Does that mean
entertaining him?
But does that mean the fight can be next? I mean,
he's
saying
welling, which I don't understand. He just be talking, bro.
Brothers and sisters, do you understand the goal? I mean, the absolute sheer goal that ADD has to be calling anybody, saying that anybody is just wilding out or just, doing, oh, he's just talking. Is this motherfucker serious? The Clout Chase King is talking about how Devin is doing all of this talking. Oh, he's just talking. Is this man serious? Or am I bugging? The man that just unrelentingly clout chased and deride, particularly the young King Devin, to no avail, to no ends, had no intention whatever on making any fight, absolutely skirted around, ducked, dodged, and avoided a fight with Devin while unrelentingly clout chasing this man's name left and right, still saying this nigga's name. And he is saying that young King is the one just talking. I mean, you really just can't make this up. I couldn't even write this if I wanted to, brothers and sisters. The absolute audacity and hypocrisy in real time that I am witnessing here. Listen to this shit. Oh, he's just talking.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Keyshawn.
Yeah.
Devin said Debo coming for you.
He just like riding his wave, bro.
He's just like riding the wave. Can you believe this, good people? I mean, you really do have to laugh. I'm in absolute amazement that you really just have to sit back and laugh at the delusion of this man. He likes to ride. He just like to ride the wave. Devin likes to ride the wave. He's the one riding the wave now. He's trying to ride the wave. Absolutely unbelievable, brothers and sisters.
Does that mean
entertaining him?
But does that mean the fight can be next? I mean,
he's
saying
welling, which I don't understand. He just be.
And notice how he avoided the question because, the guy posited the question, right? Well, he said he's coming for you, right? He's wilding. He's doing all this. Yeah, he just want to ride the wave. The man behind the camera says, well, does it mean that this fight can be next? Like, what the fuck you gonna do about it? Because he called you out. What the fuck you gonna do? Keyshawn avoids acknowledging anything to do with actually solidifying and attempting to make the fight. Notice how he just swerved that. He did not answer. He refused to acknowledge the question that the brother asked on if this fight can be made next. Oh no, he's just wilding. Do you see what was afoot here? Listen back.
Ride this wave, bro. He be lying, bro.
Does that mean
entertaining him?
But does that mean the fight can be next?
Bro,
I mean,
he's
thinks.
welling, which I don't understand. He just be talking, bro.
Absolutely swerved it. He's just wilding. He's just talking. Really? You're not going to answer the question. So you're not going to say, nah, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go to 147. I'm going to, petition. What's his name? No attempts made. No concrete statements made on his part to say, I will go fight Devin. I'm going to do this, that, and the third to ensure that this fight gets made with Devin. He said absolutely nothing because he wants no problems with that man. The man is scared to death of Devin Haney. Nobody can tell me anything otherwise. He wants nothing to do with Dev. He's scared to death of that man, Debo. Scared to death, shaking in his boots. And so he will do everything to skirt away in the opposite direction of where he knows the young king to be. He wants no problems with Dev.
I mean,
he's
thinks.
welling, which I don't understand. He just be talking, bro. I be serious.
I be serious. He's talking. I be serious. Really? If he was serious, wouldn't he be at 147? Wouldn't he be petitioning to be ranked at 147, brothers and sisters, or no? Wouldn't that show and evince a level of seriousness and sagacity? Right? Wouldn't moving officially to welterweight show a level of sagacity on this man's part? Or is he just going to sit around like he is doing, talking to people who think it's cute to kiki for some views and some likes on a video, all the while you remaining your ass tucked under your motherfucking blanket, hiding in your goddamn closet, hiding under your bed, doing every goddamn thing to stay away from 147? Don't sound like he's serious to me. Sounds like he's the one that's doing all the talking and has been the one doing all the talking. Because if he wanted that work, he can easily go get it. Debo ain't turning a motherfucking thing down. He's calling for you. Where the hell you at?
Entertaining him.
But does that mean the fight can be next? I mean,
he's
thinks.
welling, which I don't understand. He just be talking, bro. I be serious.
You feel
Tell him if he's serious, call my manager. He know who my manager is. Call my manager. We don't got to do all that tit for tat social media stuff. When the shit drops.
We don't got to do all. I mean, just listen for yourselves, brothers and sisters. Given the facts of what we have been witnessing for months on end, tell him to call my manager. He don't got to do all this talking. We don't got to do the tit for tat social media stuff. Really? Says the motherfucker that was on a goddamn movie set, clout chasing and dick licking Devin. We don't got to do all that social media stuff. Says the nigga on movie sets, calling the young king's name for views and likes. You can't make this shit up if you wanted to, brothers and sisters. Nasty work.
Tell him if he's serious, call my manager. He know who my manager is. Call my manager. We don't got to do all that tit for tat social media stuff. When the shit drop, it's sold out. We don't got to do all that. You gonna fight?
Ladies and gentlemen, Keyshawn Davis, in his entire existence in boxing, as far as I'm concerned, ladies and gentlemen, is a fumble. Not even on cap. He is the fumble. And until he does otherwise, until he assumes an upright posture in boxing, he will remain a fumble. He is the poster child for what fumbling is. Fumbling the opportunity, fumbling legacy, fumbling the attainment of stature, and everything else that we could add on to that list. He refuses to hold a position of severity within boxing, and I don't know why, given the fact that we find him to be somebody of much potential. He is not allowing himself, and he is surrounded by a team who also does not want to allow, for that greatness to come into fruition, for the possibility of the attainment of that to come into fruition. He is absolutely down with it. It's a diabolical thing to behold, and it's sad because he really can stand to have a seat of some type of nobility within boxing. He has the potential for that. And I think that he should be giving nothing but opportunities to go ahead and exemplify that on an elite level. But apparently, maybe his team and he himself know something about him that we all don't, right? Maybe there's some type of reality there that they are trying to protect, for the reason why they ensure at all times and at all costs that he is not up there exemplifying his warriorship, or the degree to which his warriorship has a capacity to express, at least, to get up there and fight with the best, right? So that there is a shielding going on. And I'm starting to wonder if what they are shielding is a reality that may not be so glamorous for us boxing fans to come to realize or to come to terms with, right? Because why else would he not be up there with the best? Who are they going to put in front of this man? What is on the horizon for Keyshawn? Who is the next opponent for him? Who are they going to be gunning for? How long is he going to continue to say the names of countless men? How many more names to this list is he going to add, brothers and sisters, of men he wants absolutely no parts with, of men who sound good to mention at the moment, of men to get some level of relevancy from for the next 5 to 15 minutes or so? How many more names are going to be added on here? How many more times is he going to spin this list and add on to it? Who else is going to be augmented on the laundry list of names of people he will not fight? Is he going to run it back for a trilogy with Albright? Is he going to be fighting the motherfucking Amazon delivery man next? Is he going to be fighting your cousin, Roscoe, and them? Who the fuck is he going to fight? I have no doubt whatsoever that it will be somebody that serves no purpose, despite what he says in the ring, outside of the ring, around the ring, or otherwise. I will not be surprised whatsoever, brothers and sisters, if another nothing nobody is in front of that man in the center of that squared circle come, his next fight. Come his next fight. I would not be surprised at all if I'm like, who is this nigga? Johnson is on this nigga's resume, right? Who the fuck is this Robinson is going to be in front of Keyshawn Davis next? How many more times do we have to sit through that as boxing fans? You tell me, brothers and sisters. That's what I leave you with today. Also, I did want to end the show on speaking about the young lion, Brian Norman, who I thought gave a very interesting performance, right? That was his comeback performance, I guess, if you want to say, of course, after his defeat to the Young King back in November. So it was good to see Brian Norman, back center stage, even though this card was worthless. I guess as far as Brian's activity, it was good to see him active or whatever have you. And, he got the knockout and very, very dominant performance. He got dude out of there early. He also missed weight, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's not forget that, right? That this man was on the stage looking like this at the weigh-in. I don't want to see anything like that happen again. What a level of precarity he brought to his partnership with Ronnie Shields with the whole missing of this weight. I don't know what was taking place in their camp. I don't know what was going on, right? But even if it was the however many that they came overweight, he should not have come overweight at all. I have not ever previously known him to have missed weight. So this was definitely a shocking revelation when the news had dropped. And we saw him on the scales having to, go back and retry. Ultimately, I think that they had to redo the amended weight of 148, and he made that. So that was an interesting bit of tumult in the lead up to the fight. But as far as the fight itself, he definitely got the victory, knockout victory. You know, it was a statement made. But I do want to be realistic that who he fought was an absolute tune-up. Okay, and that is to say, an absolute nobody. I don't know who the fuck that nigga was. It wasn't anybody of any accreditation and nobility. And so he should have gone in there and got the goddamn knockout the way that he had. Okay. Hopefully, you know, I guess that was just a boost for his confidence. You know what I'm saying? He was under the lights in a way that he had never been, and, you know, in facing Devin back in November. So I guess this was just a freshening up, you know, on his skills under the lights. And of course, you know, a little boost and a quick refreshment to his ego, to his confidence and stuff like that. So hopefully he was reinforced positively by that victory, but it is by no means the end all be all. I am what's on the horizon for Brian Norman, as I think he stands to be somebody who, you know, can do good things at welterweight. I honestly think that he should move up to 54. I would like to see him go up to 54. You know what I mean? It's like, if you're missing the scales, I didn't see him sitting in no goddamn whole bath. But obviously, you know, making weight wasn't peachy keen for him because he came in over. But, you know, I'm interested to see what's on the horizon. I'm wondering if that's something that he pondered, possibly going to 54, whatever have you. But the opportunity is definitely there, right? And we also know who is there, right? Boots, who is the man that, of course, we were all awaiting to see him fight before Boots pivoted unexpectedly, right? I want to say last June, going up to 54 unexpectedly or whatever. But, you know, prior to that, of course, we were waiting on the edge of our seats to see the materialization of the Norman fight against Boots. And Boots is definitely at 54. So if he wanted to go up there and not have to deal with any, you know, scale issues or whatever have you, he can haul his ass up to goddamn 54 and get it popping with Boots. Okay. And of course, everybody else that's up there, because that's definitely a fight that I would be anxious to see. But let's say if he stays at 47 for whatever reason, he makes a decision to stay. I'd like to see him get in there with whoever. You know what I mean? Radio Rolly, he can get in there with Rolly Retardo, Racist Riri. I'd like to see him kick both these niggas' asses. Go get Racist Riri the fuck out of here. Go handle Rolly Retardo, get his ass the fuck out of here. That'll be a good fight. You know what I mean? But honestly, above all, you know what I'm saying? I heard this in Beautiful King BF's live yesterday. Somebody had posited, I'm not sure if Beautiful King had said it, but it was discussed when I was listening to his fight call, that the possibility of Keyshawn and Brian Norman getting it popping. And that's an absolutely lit ass fight. I want to see that fight. Absolutely. Brian Norman and ADD Davis. Yes. Let's go ahead and make that. You know what I mean? Everybody can get it. Everybody stands to be had for ADD Davis if he took his ass to welterweight, which I think he should absolutely do. It should be a no-brainer, absolute no-brainer. But the fact that that man showed any level of reticence and you know, reserve about going to 47 is all the proof that I need that he has no intention on moving up whatsoever, brothers and sisters. The way he answered that question, he has no intention of going up to welterweight. So I doubt that would happen, but I would love to see Brian Norman and Keyshawn Davis fight. I think that would be wonderful for boxing. Okay. But we'll see what happens. Congratulations to Brian Norman for his victory. But all in all, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, underwhelming weekend of boxing, right? So that's what you got to see, these brothers missing weight on the scales. It just brought an air of unprofessionalism, of uncertainty to the boxing fold, that these young brothers are not doing well enough to uphold. And that's why I talk about legacy and things like that, as I was talking to you guys early on, like in the preface of the discussion today. It's like these young kids are speaking a whole nother language, these young men, you know, and they are grown men in a professional sport. And I want to see more being done to exemplify upright, ironclad, not only warriorship, but sportsmanship as a whole. And what was exemplified via, you know, the missing of the weight by both of these men just brought an air of like, I don't know, it was like a cheap energy that was in the air for boxing, right? And it fell on the young brothers' shoulders, which I don't like, because these young brothers are representative of the wave of warriors that are coming up. Why the fuck are you missing weight on the scales? Like, why are you doing that? This should not be happening when you're a professional fighter. You understand? I know a lot of people love to talk all types of nonsense about the young King Devin, but he is always the exemplary sportsman, always the exemplary athlete and warrior. He has never missed weight. He is always professional. And, you know, he handles his business, right? In addition to actually being, you know, a young Hall of Famer right now, a living Hall of Famer right now, right? In addition to that, he doesn't ever lose sight of his professionalism. Okay, so these people who like to talk all the shit about him need to take a moment to stand up there and look at him for what he actually represents, which is upright, elite level professionalism, sportsmanship, and warriorship as a whole, right? These people need to get on that type of time. The missing of the weight from these young brothers, I don't want to see that shit. That shit looks sloppy as hell. It looks uncouth. It looks tactless, right? That's not something that I like seeing over the weekend. So it definitely brought an air of I don't know. It just kind of cheapened the evening of boxing for me, the build up and stuff like that. In addition to the headlining event being lackluster and underwhelming. I think these kids have a lot to think about, a lot to evaluate about themselves as athletes, because I don't know if these people are ready. They're not showing a level of readiness for the level of legacy that I have in mind when I think about elite Black warriors. These people are grossly falling behind, if I'm gonna keep it a buck. They need to get it together ASAP. But let me check in with the good fam before we check out of here. I know I went kind of like on my tangent, but you guys, listen, when I'm in the kitchen and that seasoning is seasoning, I just got to let it out. You know what I'm saying? But let me scroll up and see what the good family was saying. Salute to anybody that I may have missed. Salute to the King Freedom's March in the building. I saluted you earlier, and salute to you for the love in the super chat. He says, my lovely counterpart, always good to hear your sultry voice. Oh, wee. Keyshawn is a clown, and I don't like him. I hope he fails in the sport. Sounds harsh, but I can't rock with him. I hear you. And, you know, that's your stance. So it is what it is. You know, I mean, I definitely am not a fan of the antics. And, you know, I question a lot of his motivation, which is why I can't wholeheartedly and soundly stand 10 toes behind him, because he does not show a level of valor that I think is absolutely necessary in a warrior. That's why he doesn't have my support to that degree. He has my interest in his potential, right? Because I would like to see him rise through the ranks and to prove the stature that I, like so many, believe he may have. But I'm through with the belief. As I said earlier, it's time for him to show and prove, or move the fuck out. Move the fuck out of the way. That's it. That's just my stance on him right now. And for all of these, you know, ones coming up. Same thing for E.T. Stevenson, even though E.T. Stevenson is much more proven, right? But he is also at a crossroad for me as well, right? Because he's also like, you know how y'all ever see the young ladies when y'all was coming up jumping double dutch, and before they jump in the ring, they do that little bop, you know what I'm saying? Before they got to get ready to jump in. That's what these niggas is doing. They playing double dutch out here. They stalling to jump in the rope. And I'm like, just get your ass in the goddamn rope. Like, just go. Like, what is all this damn, you know what I mean? Hesitation for? Why are you so reticent? And you have the nerve to call yourself the best. It's crazy. You cannot have both and. Either you're going to go ahead and call yourself the best and believe yourself the best and take the risk of the fumble, right? And say, listen, I'm willing to go through that. I'm going to pass through that fire because I am the best. I don't give a fuck if it, you know, victorious or not. I am going. That's the heart. Either you're going to be on that type of level or sit your ass down. Move to the side. So the ones behind you on that type of time actually can go ahead and go walk through that. But you're not going to be holding the goddamn lineup and wasting people's time. and pump faking out here like you really like that and you not. Tired of that. Oh my goodness, the beautiful King BF was in here. Hey, beautiful King. I don't know if beautiful King is still in here. Infinite blessings, infinite love to my beautiful King BF. Thank you so much for joining, King. Lovely to see you. Lovely, lovely to see you. I went a ways up, good people. Just wanted to see what you guys were saying. I see the good people laughing up in here. Yes, child. Salute to anybody I may have missed. Quad Dog, salute. The King Snoopy says, yeah, sugar free. Looks like hoe juice to me. Don't it? This motherfucker marinating for motherfucking 3 days in some hoe juice so he can get the snatched waist. A whole waste of time, you guys. Nasty work. Scared to death of going to 147 where he know Debo is going to be on his bike, circling that block for that ass, doing everything to stay away from the young king. Scared to death, you guys. Oh my goodness, my number one comrade rolled through here. Salute to my comrade. Not sure if he's still in the building. Blessings to you. He says, salute to my number one comrade, the queen of boxing media, SugarFreeMars. Infinite blessings to my number one comrade. Lovely to see you. I also see Mike up in here. Hey, Mike's Mindset. Lovely to see you. Blessings to you, Mike. He says he should have went up to 47 when he missed weight the first time. No lies told. No lies told, Mike. He literally should have been there a year ago. Real facts. Absolute facts. Yes, King Stephen. Cheating equals missing weight. Missing weight equals cheating. Talk to him. Salute to the King COE. He says, damn, Keish, she flaming your ass, bro. You all over the damn place. Ain't he? I wasn't going to spare him this work because he's doing crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? When these dudes get out of line, you know what I'm saying? They need to understand what the parameters are as far as we are concerned. You know what I mean? Because they want our asses in seats. They want our dollars, our hard-earned dollars to be used to, to buy that pay-per-view. They want, even if it's on, not on pay-per-view or whatever, they want our attention. They want our eyes brought, our energy brought to their showcases. You goddamn right you ain't going to be playing in my motherfucking face. You're going to have to do things properly, right? Or at least nearest to the degree that I find to be appropriate. You're not going to sit up here and play in my face and expect me to show up 10 toes. That's not happening. Nah, accountability must always be on the table. Always be on the table. Warriorship is, nothing supersedes that in boxing. Nothing, absolutely nothing takes precedence over that. These people got to stand uprightly. There's too much shenanigans that's been going on in boxing. You already know what type of time I'm on. And I know what type of time y'all on because many of us have discussed it, time and time again. This type of loose carelessness that a lot of these new fighters are on these days. They get mad at you, for demanding that they prove who the fuck they say they are. You said you this nigga. I'm saying, okay, I back you and I support you. Now show me. Show me that. How the hell you get mad at me for cheering you on? For asking that you give the very thing that you said that you are willing to give. To say to ask you to show the thing that you say you are replete with. Go ahead and exemplify that. I don't withhold the crown from anybody, but you're gonna earn it. I'm gonna give it to you when you earn it. That's it. That's my mentality about it. It's not about withholding anything. You deserve it. You got it. That's it. But you gotta show of what you are made. You must do that. You must do that. But I guess I'll end it there, brothers and sisters. Don't want to hold you guys up too long. Thank you so much for cooking with me, you guys, as always. I'm so appreciative of the wonderful energy of the intellectual brothers and sisters, that I get to speak with and chop it up with each week. I'm definitely grateful for your energy and your presence this Sunday and every Sunday, good people. I hope that you have been well, and I hope that you have a wonderful, prosperous week of clarity and abundance and positivity. coming up for you in this week here. And that's it for me. I'll end it here. I hope you guys enjoy the discussion. Definitely hit the like button on your way out. Definitely share it if you enjoyed it, right? I appreciate you guys, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Infinite blessings. Peace.